Hi, I'm Catherine Foley, editor at Travelweek, and I'm here with Sebastian Dubois, and he is the Executive Director, Industry Partnerships for Destination Canada. Welcome, Sebastian.
Good afternoon, Catherine.
Well, I wanted to talk to you today because obviously everything is Canada this summer, and it's one of those things that with COVID-19, travel agents obviously, for the most part, they focus on outbound travel. They are mostly sending their clients to places outside of Canada. There's a little bit of sales within Canada, but for the most part, it's Caribbean, Europe, Asia, and beyond. So now with COVID-19, the travel industry has all but ground to a halt, but the border restrictions within the provinces within Canada have pretty much, to some extent opened up. And so a lot of travel agents now are really taking another look at Canada and all the wonderful product that it offers. And they're wondering, how do I sell it when I'm not really used to selling it? So we'll get into that a little bit later, but I was just wondering off the top, if you could tell us, what is Destination Canada and what is its role?
Of course. Destination Canada is the federal tourism marketing organization. Many travel advisors are unfamiliar with us because in normal times, much of what we do is outside of the country. We promote internationally to get international visitors to travel to Canada. So Destination Canada's mandate for the government is to support the visitor economy through marketing effort and working with partners by providing research to inform decision making. COVID has not changed our mandate. However, we're sharpening our focus on specific efforts. A lot more research has been done and posted on our website, destinationcanada.com. And plus, we're launching a domestic program to get Canadians to travel to Canada.
And so you are, you're not necessarily, you are having to pivot really. I mean, as you said, you're normally focused on bringing people in and showing them everything that Canada is all about. And now you too are also very focused on the domestic market.
Definitely. Mid-March, we paused all our marketing internationally with borders being closed and everything going on. It was worthless to do marketing internationally. So we paused all of that and turned around and said, okay, if we want to, what can we do to help or save what's there's to save from the travel industry? And we said, well, if we get Canadians to travel to Canada, that will definitely help the industry. And obviously for a few months, it was very quiet because nobody was traveling, as you can imagine. Yes. But now it's starting to loosen up. So people are hoping to get out and are starting to travel. Canadians in a year spend about $36 billion internationally. Okay. So if we can capture 60% of this and get them to spend it in Canada, that would make up for the loss of the international travelers.
That's incredible. I mean, it's one of those things that now that nobody can really travel that easily outside of Canada, as you said, there's all that money that normally gets spent outside of our borders, and now people are spending that here. And for us, our readers are obviously almost, mostly travel agents, and it's tough for them because while the dollars are still getting spent within Canada, which is great for the attractions and that kind of thing, it's the retailers, the travel agents who are normally sort of in the middle of that equation, and they're the ones that are having a tough time because a lot of people think of Canada product and they book it themselves. They don't necessarily go to travel agents. So can you tell us, are travel agents finding your site? Are you seeing a lot of interest from Canadian travel agents?
Well, we know that a lot of travel advisors are booking outbound travel way more, and we know that they're not as comfortable as booking domestic travel. So that is one of the first things we've done. We've put together a landing page, canadaspecialist.ca. And to your question as to do they find it, I hope they have, or I hope they will. We just launched it last week, so they may not be aware of it. So great timing to have this interview with you, Catherine, because hopefully it will help us pass the word around. So once again, it's canadaspecialist.ca. So this landing page is really built in mind to help travel advisors to sell more of Canada. So on the page, we've aggregated a lot of content. We've also, there will be when the page is fully built, which it keeps updating itself. Like every week we upload different things, but there will be a webinar training per province and territory, as well as one focus on Park Canada, the product of Park Canada, and Indigenous Tourism Association of Canada as well. As of now, there are 5 webinars that are uploaded, and they are, I'm just looking at it right now, there's Nova Scotia, there's Quebec, there's Manitoba, Newfoundland and Labrador, and PEI. So those webinars are between 30 and 40 minutes. They're recorded. most of them are both either in English or in French, or in English with subtitle in French, in order to be able to address all travel advisors all across Canada. But they're recorded by destination specialists. They're recorded by our partners in the province, and they really try to brush a good overview of what each province is: geography, cultural, why is it that travelers should come over there? Well, is there to see a bit of an idea of an itinerary as well for like a 5-day or a 7-day. Also on that website, we've uploaded a list of, I think there's about 24 right now, tour operators. So Canadian tour operators that are selling Canada product across the whole country, but that are working with travel agents and travel advisors. This is something else we realize, is that, you know, travel agents are very good at knowing where to go book the international traveler, but when it comes to Canada, a few of them were at loss. So we reached out to our partners and said, okay, would you be interested to work with travel agents in Canada? And if so, I'm going to list you on our website.
Oh,
so
that's great.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, with obviously with travel agents, I mean, they're looking for, you know, actual, it's great. It's very important to have all the knowledge about the province and all the highlights and the geography. But for them, it's the commissionable product. It's things they can sell. It's, you know, product they can put in front of their client and say, hey, you know, I booked your trip to Vietnam last year. I know you can't go there, you know, to Asia this year, but here's something I saw in Canada that you might like. That. So there is actual, like, actual product and
I was a
packages.
travel agent myself in a previous life, so I totally understand the reality.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
And these tour operators that we've listed there, some of them are new at selling to Canadian travel agents, but they've been selling Canada for years to our international point of sales. And a lot of them do fly and drive and tailor-made really the itinerary. So a travel advisor that is not necessarily comfortable at selling a certain part of the province could also reach out to one of these and say, listen, I have this client, this is what they're looking for, this is what they usually do when they travel internationally. What would you recommend? And they'll be able to help building the package that is perfect for that customer.
Oh, that's great. And so if agents are looking to sort of, if they're going to the Canadian specialist site and they're picking up on all this information in this package, I know it's been such probably quick turnaround for you guys, and it's very impressive that you've been able to put this together so quickly. Is there any collaterals or any like promotional sheets or anything like that that they can send out? Or should agents be contacting, using this almost as a jumping off point to go and talk to the tour operators in your list? Sort of, is it more of a jumping off, or is there actual collateral?
Yeah, it's more of a jumping off. They would link off to the tour operator's landing page. There's also our consumer-facing website, keepexploringcanada.ca, that could be sent to customers, where there's a lot of content on it, and that could help closing the sale for sure.
Okay, because I know that time is, you know, it's the beginning of July, but obviously Canadian summers are short, and people are definitely, you know, what do I do with my summer holidays? It's on everybody's mind right now, and that won't last for long, because once we get into August, I think people will just say, you know, well, I'm not sure I'm going to go anywhere. So that's great. So you guys have always worked with agents. You know, you've never not worked with agents, but you've probably never really focused on them quite as much as you are right now. Is that safe to say?
We've always worked with agents internationally.
Yes, of course.
But so we get the chain of command and how things are working. Yes. Domestically, I can't tell you. I've been here for 1.5 years, and it is new in my role for sure. But I don't think we have in the past really worked with the Canadian travel agents. Sorry.
Okay. Well, I think it's great that you've been able to turn it around this quickly. I mean, everybody's just flying by the seat of their pants pretty much right now, and
thank you. And we've received good comments from it too. So hopefully your audience have a chance to look at it and let us know what they think.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, just to wrap up, is there any sort of, you know, further message you want to get out there? You could repeat the name of the URL for the website, and just any message you want to get out to Canadian travel agents.
Well, the website is canadaspecialist.ca. And like you were saying, people are strictly booking international travel through travel advisors. So, I mean, I hope that when they call to cancel their trip that they may have booked for the summer or the fall, that the travel advisors can think of offering them something in Canada. I believe that more than ever, more than before COVID, travelers are looking for the peace of mind and the security. And booking through a travel agent's travel advisor makes them feel much more safe than booking just on their own online. The guidance is really much appreciated. And there's so much to sell in Canada. I'm sure that the travelers themselves have a few Canadian experience on their bucket list. So this year is definitely the year to book it for them.
Well, and it's nice that, you know, obviously nobody wanted COVID to happen for so many reasons. And it's, but just to sort of see a bit of a bright side, I mean, Canadian agents will come out of this knowing Canada product a lot better probably than they did before, just because, you know, they just were more focused on outbound, and now it's more within Canada itself. So, you know, it's adding to their already incredible knowledge. They already know the whole world, and now they will also know the whole world plus Canada. So it's great.
Definitely.
Thank you very much, Sebastian. I really appreciate it. And look forward to talking to you again and hearing more about Canada as the weeks and months go by. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. You have a great day.
You too.